Now let's talk about execution zones. What are execution zones? Execution zones are, you have two type of time frames. Okay, you have the monthly, weekly, daily, and H4 time frame. Those are setup time frame and zone time frame. So execution zone are zones that are inside the big time frame from H4 and above. Now, entry time frame are like H1, M 15 minutes and 5 minutes and 1 minute, right? So execution zones, we have two type of execution zones. We have the execution zones that are all Ishimoku lines. I mean, Tenkan, Kijun, SSA, and SSB. Those are the execution zones. Those are the four execution zones for Ishimoku. But we also have one execution zone for that is called the MW, right? The MW, because when the market rise to the upside, create the mountain Cameroon, then the Mount Everest rise above the mountain Cameroon, there will be a zone here, a zone of execution just at the high of the Mount Cameroon. That's why you execute. And that zone must be in the time frame H4 and above. H4 plus, like H4 daily, weekly, monthly. Because you because those time frame have more power. So execution zone are first of all related to the time frame. Two, related to the MW, right? Uh, and three, related to Ishimoku lines. Donc, each Ishimoku line here, all of the Ishimoku lines here are zones because Tenkan can be touched here. Then Kijun come and get touched and then send the price to the upside. Then SSA get touched, send the price to the upside. SSB get touched, send the price to the upside. In fact, what you need to understand is that a zone is a place where a zone is a rectangle like this, or it's something that the price touches on the chart. And when the price touches that thing on the chart, the price has zero probability to go to the downside, zero probability to go to the downside, and 100 probability to go to the upside. That is a zone. That's what we call a zone. So because you need to invest, right? You need to invest, and you need to see something on the chart where you have zero probability to lose your investment and 100 probability to earn from your investment. So you have then two type of zone like that. You have the MW and the Ishimoku. So let us start with the MW. So we are in 4 hours, for example, now. If you look very well, you will see that when the price goes to the upside like that, it creates this leg, right? So you have created the Mount Cameroon, then the Mount Everest, because the Mount Everest broken the high of the Mount Cameroon. Then what happened is that the price fell down at the same high as the Mount Cameroon here. And where is the zone and where is the zone? From this point of view, the high of this candle, like this, you can create a small something like this. This high of the candle on the left is the zone, and it gives you this rectangle. That is the zone. It has zero probability to go down. Why the probability is zero to go down? Because when the Mount Everest break the Mount Cameroon like this to the upside, right? This break of the high to the upside is a graphical proof. Is a graphical proof that when the price will fall down, you have zero probability to break this low. Like zero, there is no probability for the price to break this bottom here. So that's why it has zero probability to keep falling down. and only 100 probability to goes to the upside. That's how you know that you will make a profitable investment to the upside. Now, there is also Ishimoku lines, right? You will realize that all Ishimoku lines are zones. Why? Because see, for example, this Tenkan, when the price come and touch Tenkan, it send the price to the upside. It means that Tenkan acts like a zone. The property of a zone is that is a rectangle like this that gives zero probability for the price to go down and 100% probability to go up. That is a zone. So when you hear about the zone, you hear about 0 and 100% because trading is 0 and 100%, a 0 and 100% game. So Kijun also does the same. You can look, for example, the price went up and then touch Kijun here, right? And arrive to Kijun, the price stop falling down. So Kijun gave zero probability to the price to keep falling down and 100% probability to go to upside. That's how you know that you can make a profitable investment. So you also have SSA here. So the price fell down, touched SSA. SSA gave zero probability to fall down and 100% probability to go to the upside. Okay. And then you also have, let us take an SSB that played out. Let us say you also have this SSB here, the price fall down. SSB is a zone because it gives zero probability for the price to keep falling down and 100% probability for the price to go up. Okay. So now, for the first column in here on the Google Sheet, when you see V breakers, when you see V break of MW, what do I mean by that? I mean by that you need to always buy according to the direction of the high and the low of the V or the MW breakout. So that sentence means that, like, I mean, this first sentence here, it means that if the price goes up like this and then break this high, right, this mountain Cameroon, you stop thinking about selling this market. You need to buy in the direction of the break. The direction of the break is to the upside. So you need to execute in the direction of the break. The direction of the break is to the upside. So when the price will start falling down, just think about buys. Don't think about sales when the price fall down. Okay. But if the price go down like that and then break this low to the downside, okay, you need to think about sell when the price will start going up. You need to think about the sales. So you think about the sell, you sell the market. Okay. So that's it. And this type of movement happen in any type of trading. You know, there is swing trading, day trading, and scalping, right? And scalping. This type of movement happen in any type of trading. Like, for example, I told you that we have this type, the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily, and the H4 time frame are the swing. The swing that when you want to do swing trading is about holding a position for 1 week or 2 week minimum, right? And then for day trading, let us remove H4 here. Let's put H4 here. H4, H1, uh, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, right? This one is day trading. Day trading is when you hold a position for 1 day to 5 days, okay, maximum. And then the remaining ones are 5 minutes and 1 minute. Those are scalping. Scalping is when you hold a position for 5 minutes to, let us say, maximum 3 hours, something like that. Even 3 hours is too much, maybe two hours. Scalping and intraday trading. So what I want to emphasize is that The MW breakout, like the M breakout, happen on swing trading. Like if you go, for example, in a weekly time frame, you will see that ooh, what's that? If you go on, if you go on a weekly time frame, you will see the MW playing out, right? You remove Ishimoku, you will see that, for example, at this point, the price went to the upside, create this high, create this low, then went again to the upside, broke this high at this level. Then the price fell down. Okay, this is the MW shape. Then you can start buying here. It did not, the price did not go below this point, and then went to the upside. And it also happened in 1 hour on the day trading time frame, even on 15 minutes. It also happened in 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you have the price moving up, then create this high, and then coming back at the level where it started, but it did not break this bottom. When it came back here, you could have placed a zone like this, and this zone made the price goes to the upside. It also happened in low time frame, like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, some type of. Though it's also happening down there. So you have, for example, the price going up, falling down, and then go up again, then fall down, and the price came back to this zone right there. So you could have place the stop loss here, and then bought it. So it is something that happened in swing trading, day trading, and all. So we have four execution zone. The four execution zone are the four lines of Ishimoku, Tenkan for the zone one, Kijun, SSA, and SSB. And what do I mean by execution zone, by the way? The execution zones are the fact that, when you go on MetaTrader 4, on your MetaTrader MT4, you will see the stop loss price that you need to enter, the entry price, and the take profit price. So those are execution elements for the install, for the capital, for your capital to be invested in trading. Now, there is now on the graphic, because you know that you don't only use a MT4 to invest. You don't invest blindly. You need to see something on the chart. You need to see your investment, right? You need to see your investment. So there is now execution zone graphically, like on the chart, that are Ishimoku line and MW, right? Those line of Ishimoku touch. So on MT4, where you invest your money, you see stop loss entry and TP, but you need to combine both of them. Both of them give you then the execution action. So so what did I try to say here? At this level, I wanted to say zone plus Lofi VRS. When in H1 plus you have a V breaker, enter the following combination, one of the two or three. The price hit Ishimoku, the price hit the top of the left VRS. The price hit the Lefinis. What I mean by that is that when you are in one hour, right, and then in 1 hour the price moved to the upside like this. The price broke this high in 1 hour. When the price will come back down to this V breaker line, you can buy. But there is also another possibility. that the price move to the upside like this and go down and don't come back to this, and the price don't come back to this high, there is maybe a red candle here that create the Luffy leg, right? You come there and then that's where buy you will buy this trade rather than waiting for the price to fall till this high to this top of the mountain. Or the last possibility is that uh, the price move to the upside like this and then touch Ishimoku. So this is the high that has been broken. The price will not come back to that high, but you will see a Shimoku line like this Tenkan, for example. The Tenkan line there being touched at this level. You will see the Tenkan line being touched at this level, right? And even if the price does not come back to the high of the Mount Cameroon, the Tenkan line be touched, and then you enter there. Okay, you enter there as a buy. So for these three possibilities, let me go on one. I want to show you it. So So let's look, for example, let's do this one. The price go up, then go down, then go up, break this high, this place. When the price went down, it went down even below that high, and then the price moved to the upside. Okay, that's the first possibility. Then there is another possibility where rather than going to that level, it will just touch the. Okay, let us do this possibility. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to. Anyway. Okay, let's do this one. Like the price move up, go down, move up, go down, move up, go down, move up, go down. But here the price move up so much that it doesn't come back to any red candles here. It goes and touch Ishimoku far above there. When it touch this Tenkan Ishimoku far above there, don't expect the price to come back at the bottom where there were red candles. Red candles are not commenting Ishimoku. Ishimoku have more commenting power than candles. So when it touch Ishimoku, buy. Don't wait the price to come back and fall to the bottom. That's what I wanted to emphasize. So now, for each Ishimoku line, which of the type of trading is best? So for Tenkan, right, it's best to take Tenkan as an execution zone on monthly, weekly, daily, H4, H1 of 50 minutes for swing trading or day trading. So what do I mean by that? I mean by that let's say, for example, that you are in daily. You will see that Tenkan is one of the best that gives a lot of power. Look, for example, when the price touch Tenkan is good, it goes directly to the upside. But sometimes when the price touch Kijun, it goes below again the low. But when the price touch Tenkan, the price doesn't go back below the low that touched Tenkan before going up. So Tenkan is a really good point because look at Kijun. Kijun sometimes when the price touches Kijun, the price goes up. Don't even break there. Goes below this low, then goes to the upside. Tenkan is a very powerful moment to buy. Like for this one, when it touches Ali, directly goes up. It's a very powerful place to buy, and it is good to buy it for swing trading time frame as an execution zone. So what you need to do is that you can spot it on daily, weekly. You can also spot it on H4, H1. Let us do for 15 minutes, for example. If you spot a zone of execution on 15 minutes, an execution zone of on 15 minutes, what you need to do is that it will be tricky. It will be very tough for you to trade it, but on 15 minutes. But let us do that case because I know there are people who like to go on 15 minutes. Let us say you have this zone of execution here, this Tenkan on 15 minutes. Mostly the first Tenkan, I mean, this first one are the first Tenkan, right? The first string. If you buy there, right, you want to buy there and use 15 minutes as an execution zone to do scalping. You go on 1 minute now to go and enter. You go on 1 minute to go and enter. Let me show you something about all of this. So you have a maximum. You can make a quick money if you place your stop loss below the cloud here. You can make like 13,000 pips, right? I mean, when I say 13,000 pips, this is it, 13,000 pips in a matter of maximum how long? In a matter of 40 minutes. That's scalping. Okay. There is no problem. You can make for 14,000 pips in a matter of 40 minutes. Now, that's when you take the zone on 15 minutes. But if you take a zone of Tenkan in 4 hours, for example, a Tenkan zone on 4 hours. Let us take this zone in 4 hours, right? If you take this zone in 4 hours of Tenkan, and then you buy it somewhere here, right? Your take profit before it touch the next Tenkan will be 324 pips. You see that, right? So when you take small zones like 15 minutes, you have 13,000 pips, 13K pips. But when you go zones in H4, you have 324,000. So between any a salary monthly, let us say yearly, or $324,000 a year, or and earning 13,000 dollars a year, which one will you choose? Obviously, that you choose to earn where there is more pips. That's why I said that the zone of execution must start from H4 and above because it give you more pips. But it's not only about the pips, it's also about the risk reward. When you place a risk reward just somewhere here, you can have 10 as a risk reward. And for H4 zone are more confirmed, right? It's more confirmed in terms of certainty compared to 15 minutes. So it's just to tell you that you can. It's best to take the Tenkan zone in maximum. I would even say maximum H4 like this. For Kijun, it's best to take the Kijun zone. You can do. Let me tell you another thing. Let's go on 1 minute, somewhere in 1 minute. I want to emphasize on something about Tenkan. The thing with Tenkan is that Tenkan doesn't hold too much in in 1 minute. For example, look for example, this Tenkan 1 minute just gave this small push. Yeah, this one gave a long push right to the upside. But in general, you will see that the price in 1 minute and 5 minutes retrace too much on SSA or on Kijun or on SSB, right? That is why I didn't advise using the Tenkan line in 1 minute and 5 minutes here. But for Kijun line, you can use Kijun line, right? In terms of buying the Kijun line. You can go on 1 minute, you see that Kijun line give impulsion when the price touch Kijun line. Kijun is a very good line in 1 minute, 5 minutes too, right? SSA, I don't advise too much SSA in low time frame, as you see. I mean, in terms of entry lines where you need to enter, I don't advise it in for SSA. That's why I didn't put scalping here, because SSA is often broken. Like this one is broken to the upside. It doesn't give the movement directly. You can sell at this point, place your stop loss here, but get broken. Rather than selling on SSA in 1 minute on small time frame, better go and sell directly SSB, right? Prefer to sell SSB than selling SSA. That's why here on SSB I placed the scalping. You can scalp and enter in SSB. So basically, what I'm telling you is that all Ishimoku line you can enter there, but it's best to use big time frame for Tenkan and SSA. Like for example, if you go on weekly SSA will give you, let me take a weekly SSA. Let me take even this one that looks small. This one that looks small. This one that looks small, but that wasn't that small. So see, if you buy SSA here, you come and exit at this point, right? So this whole position will give you how many pips? Let us say something like that. It is 70,000. It's 70,000 pips on weekly, compared to a same position that we went 15 minutes and had only 13,000, right? It means that SSA on weekly has more power, has more weight, even if it will be broken, but you can actually buy it for a small amount of time, even if it will be broken to the downside, because SSA doesn't hold too much. You see, SSA doesn't hold too much. It get broken easily and the price goes to SSB. But it's best to, that's why I say that it's best to use it in higher time frame, because it can give you a small amount of pip to the downside. Now, what I advise now is that you can you use the Kijun line and the SSB line for swing trading and day trading time frame, like big time frame, but also for scalping, because Kijun and SSB, right? What do I mean by everything that I'm yapping since the beginning? Let us say, for example, you have a zone in 4 hours. Let us say you have a zone in 4 hours. Let me take a sell zone. Let us say you have this SSA zone in 4 hours, right? Oh yeah, let's just take this SSA zone in 4 hours. If you go on 5 minutes, what you need to do is that rather than selling on Tenkan, right? Okay, let's start here. This zone. Yes, you can start selling Tenkan inverted to the downside. But rather than selling this Tenkan here below, sell Kijun. Just sell Kijun and then sell the SSB because it has more weight. For example, if you miss this SSB invested or this Kijun, and you come and sell instead this Tenkan here below, you see the movement did not go too much down. That's why I don't use Tenkan in 5 minutes and in 5 minutes and 1 minute because when the price goes to Tenkan, the market has already moved down. I mean, in low time frame, in small time frame, the market has already moved down. Even here, even this Tenkan, the market has already moved down for a long moment. That's why it's not advised to. I don't advise to use that Tenkan, right? In 5 minutes and 1 minute. That's what I want to emphasize. Okay. So all Ishimoku line are execution zone for high time frame. Um, why did I put best here? It's just because Ijun line is often the best line because it gives more power to the trend than Tenkan. Let's take an example. This Tenkan right here gave 250 pips. This Kijun here right gave 282,000 pips. When you compare the number, the amount, the amount of pip that the Tenkan move the market to the upside, and Kijun move the market to the upside. Kijun is also big, but now SSB because SSB is a deep correction. Sometimes it get broken, so sometimes it will not give that movement to the upside directly. But it doesn't mean that it is not good. It's also good. It's also a good thing. For example, this SSB to the downside, like when the market embedded itself, gave like 1 million pips, right? So it's also a good line, SSB. So now you have two type of. Let me take a pause, please. Let me just give them filter. Okay. Now you have the continuity set of 1, 2, 3. Okay, you have the two type of zone of continuity. There are zone of continuity, there are zone of reversals. Okay, the zone first of all must be in high time frame, right? H4 daily, weekly. There's also monthly, but now the entry will be Tenkan inverted in 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 hour. So what do I mean by that? For zone of continuity, let us say that I take a year on gold. I take this setup, right? That's the first Tenkan touch from this, since this push has been going to the upside, right? To the upside. So we are on daily. So if Tenkan would have been touched here for the second time and then the third time, we could have taken all of this zone to the upside. And then to enter there, we just go on 1 hour, do the Tenkan the time frame is keeping by 2. You see, you go on 1 hour, you see the Tenkan inverted. You see this Tenkan inverted, and then you start buying this setup, right? That's why I write here entry, Tenkan inverted. The inverted Tenkan inverted. I don't give a fuck about how I place inverted in front of the or after Tenkan. The most important thing is that you understand what I mean. I know you are a very intelligent viewer. So I don't give a fuck about myself. All of us can understand babies. So this is about understanding how money works. Nobody can correct me. Even myself, I don't correct myself. So you have those buys. So now that's for continuity setups. So now let me try to do to find, let's stay on gold. Let me try to find now let's go on USDG Pro. Okay, let's come here. You see, I said that when it is the first setup, the second setup, and the third setup, you can keep buying, right? Those are zone of continuity. But from the fourth one, this was 1, 2, 3. But for the fourth one, right, the fourth setup, you have reversal, Tenkan. When Tenkan is touched the fourth time on 4 hour, then you enter in 1 hour in Tenkan inverted. So at this level, you go on 1 hour. What you will see is that you sell this Tenkan inverted here. Anyway, Tenkan inverted has not been touched at this level. Tenkan has been touched the first time here. But if Tenkan would have been touched, but maybe here, but this one is not that easy to take. It's not easy to take here because the candle at this level, because the candle at this level is just too quick, to fall down. You could have just sell there below. So that's all for the first type of zone. Now let's look at let's look at let's look at Vegeta Ishimoku cycle zones. So For the Viche Ishimoku cycle, you also have zone of execution there. So the root of the cycle begins on two time frame above the execution time frame. The root of the cycle is in weekly, and the execution zone is on H4. What do I mean by that? So you go on a weekly time frame, right? Uh, okay, you have the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, and the H4 time frame like this. The root, what I call the root is that, right? You will find a setup on weekly, okay? Then you will move down to two time frame below to draw the cycle on H4, right? By doing the TS2 method. So the cycle of vegetation Shimoku cycle will be drawn on H4. And that is where you have your zones on H4. So let's look at it together now. So on weekly, for example, on weekly, let's take this Tenkan weekly, this Tenkan weekly, right? That are already mapped. That's the root. So weekly give you the root. Why? And you need to understand that, and you need to remember that all Ishimoku lines have this property are zones. And what is a zone? A zone is something on the chart that the price must touch, right? Something in the price that the price must touch, and that thing will make the price have 0% chance to go to the downside and 100% chance to go to the upside. That is a zone. Okay. So in this case, it's a Tenkan line. So now we have this zone. Now, when you are on H4, now you can then draw the origin cycle. Then all of this will be the reversal cycle till we touch SSB. Then there is no transition cycle there, but we handle that. This is the new trend, the new trend cycle. Then this one will be the deep correction cycle, the correction cycle for vegetation moku, and then this other one will be the push. Okay, so the push trend. So that's what we have. So this is the cycle of vegetation moku cycle. Okay, so now what you need to understand is that the vegetation moku cycle has all of these elements. Okay, now you have two type of orientation: the continuity zones for the buys and the reversal zone for the sell. Each cycle has continuity and reversal zones. Let's start with the origin cycle. The origin cycle, the continuity zones are the empty space and the inverted Tenkan. The continuity is what? The continuity of what? Is the continuity of the root direction. This root direction gives the price to go to the upside at 100% chances. So the continuity will be to the upside, and is the continuity of the direction of the root. So when you are on the reversal here, when you are on the reversal, when you are on the reversal on the origin zones, this space here right? When you are inside the empty space on H4, but that space touch the root too. It is the empty space, the void, the empty, right? It has 0% chance to go down, right? That's the zone. And 100% chance to go up because it will continue to, it will follow the continuity of the root on weekly. And 100% chance to go up. So this is a zone. Another zone will be the Tenkan inverted. This one, this is another zone that goes up at 100% chance, but 0% chance to go down. So that's what we call zones. Now, you have one a reversal zone on during this cycle. It will be um, it will be Kijun. Now on Kijun, right, during this cycle, you have 100% chance for the price to go down, 100% chance for the price to go down, and 0% chance for the price to go to the upside. That's how it works during this cycle, this origin cycle. Okay. And I said here between Tenkan and Kijun, but what I mean is that sometimes the price enter inside Tenkan here and then start falling down also. So even here is a zone of reversal inside this cycle. Okay. So now the let's do the reversal cycle. For the reversal cycle, you have continuity zone, continuity of the root direction on Tenkan inverted. Because the reversal cycle normally start when the price start touching Kijun. So let me do something. So the reversal cycle start also here, and that is the continuity to the upside. You also have another continuity on inverted Kijun here. Is also a continuity zone. The Tenkan inverted in cloud. We don't have that Tenkan inverted in this cloud for continuity zone. But now for reversal zone, you have Kijun and SSA. You will see that when the price moves to the upside here, the reversal during this cycle, you have this one on Kijun, on this Kijun. The price here has 0% chance to keep going up because it touched Kijun. Even on SSA, it is a reversal zone because it has 0% chance to go to the upside and 100% chance to go to the downside. So those are the real the continuity zone to the upside and the reversal zone to the upside. So if you go on 15 minutes start selling those reversal, you have like opportunity to make some risk reward of 2, right? Some risk reward of 2 just for a small moment. So you know that the root will give a huge impression to the upside. You can sell a little bit, sell small, but not having a high expectation. Why you sell there, you're not expecting the price to go down till breaking this low because you have actually the root of the cycle. So since there is no transition zone there, let me find a transition zone somewhere. Let me take this one. So you have a transition, a transition, 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 uh, a transition setup cycle here, right? So the continuity to the upside, you have Tenkan zone to the upside, you have Tenkan out of SSB. So when Tenkan is out of SSB, like this one, Tenkan is out of SSB, this Tenkan gives 100% chance for the price to go to the upside. You also have SSB inverted when Tenkan is out. This one, this SSB inverted also give zone to continue to the upside. Then you have SSA inverted in cloud. Okay, for this one, we do not have SSA inverted here. But sometimes the price retraces so long that you can have also a zone, a buy zone here. Now you also have a SSB as a zone for reversal. You see this SSB as a zone for reversal, right? To the downside. So if you want to sell during the transition, you sell the SSB. That's the only zone of reversal that is available. Yum, yum. Want to eat. All right, all right, all right. That's what I wanted to emphasize for transition. Let's go back to our main example. So now, so now, when it is about looking for zone on the new trend, right? The zone for continuity are Tenkan, Kijun SSB, and KSB when Tenkan is touch SS when the price touch SSA. So, for example, you see this one, right? You have zone of continuity is Tenkan. When Tenkan is touched, it has 100% probability to go to the upside. Okay. Let me do another example. This example is not completely 100% clean as I want. It doesn't give me all of the explanation that I wanted. Okay, we have this part. Okay, this other example here. Let's say out of this. Oh man, what the fuck? Let's say out of this was a new trend. So you will see that zone of continuity you have is it even the best? Because what I want to see, okay, Kijun and SSB, okay. You see, during this new trend, you see you have here SSB as a zone of continuity to the upside. You also have Kijun here as zone of continuity to the upside for this new trend. So that's how the new trend work. And now for zone of reversal, but sometimes also, right, the price sometimes fall down and touch SSA and give you a zone of continuity before going up when KSB just happen. It's just to explain the zone number two. Yeah. But now let's look at zone of reversal where you sell. You sell the empty space, the Tenkan inverted and the Kijun inverted. So now for zone of reversal in this cycle, you can sell the space, the empty space here, and Tenkan inverted here, and also Kijun inverted here, right? Those are the zone of reversal during the new trend. Now for correction, now for the correction, let's take this correction, right? So now for the correction, the reversal zone of the correction, let's start with the reversal because the correction the reversal start the correction start with the reversal. You start selling the correction. You have the empty space, the Tenkan inverted, the Kijun inverted, and the cloud Tenkan in cloud inverted. Like for example, this this empty space is a sell zone for Tenkan for the correction. This one is a sell zone because the price has 0% chance to keep going up, right? It's a maximum point. And then you have Tenkan inverted, and sometimes you also have Kijun inverted like this to the downside. And you can also have, like, if the candle will have touched Tenkan here inside, you have a sell zone too to the downside, like in terms of reversal zone. Now for continuity zone to the upside, right? You have Kijun. I mean, you have, for example, when the price came here and touched Kijun here, this one was the continuity to the upside. And then you have also SSB. At SSB here, when the price touched Kijun, SSB here, that was 100%. Like this one has 0% chance. Kijun and SSB, right? They have 0% chance to go down, 0% chance to go down. That's why they are zone of continuity to the upside. Then you have Tenkan inverted and Kijun inverted also, like this one. Okay, yeah. I said yeah, Kijun, but I think I wanted to say Kijun inverted somewhere at this point. Yeah, I understand why I said Kijun. I understand why I said Kijun. The reason why I said Kijun is that some on this case on H4, the Kijun line went below the cloud. But sometimes the Kijun line stay inside the cloud here like this, right? And then you start, and then the price come and touch Kijun line, and then you can start buying. Okay, I understand. But I also place Kijun inverted because I know that sometimes the Kijun go down below the cloud, but it's not a sell, it's a buy. Can then start buying. Then now let us look at the push trend. No, go focus. This is the push trend. So for the push trend, the continuity zone to the upside. Oh man, that nigga. Let me drink water. Nice. Okay, for the push trend, the continuity zone are Tenkan inverted, Kijun in cloud, Tenkan and Kijun. Okay, you see, the Kijun inverted here is a continuity to the upside. Then even this Tenkan inverted somewhere here is a continuity to the upside because at this level, you have 0% chance for the price to keep falling down. You also have this Tenkan when the price is already above, 100% chance to go up. And you also have this Kijun, right? That is, those are continuity zone. But sometimes Kijun is even inside the cloud here, and the push, as I told you, you realize that at the push goes to the upside when Kijun is still inside the cloud without getting out of the cloud, like this example. So now the reversal zones are the MT, the Tenkan inverted, and the Kijun inverted. Like the reversal zones during the push trend is the when the price are inside the MT like this, those reversal zone. Okay. And this Tenkan inverted here, and even this Kijun inverted here. So that's a little bit what you have for the push trend. So that's all we have. And then let's now go to the zone quality. Sorry, the quality of opportunities, the direction quality. Okay.